It's Bitcoin, y'all. I'm your host, Zoom Out. Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Talk to a financial advisor if you decide you want to purchase any Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies. Titled this video, Bitcoin with a capital B versus Bitcoin with a lowercase b. And this is a concept, this can cause a lot of confusion when people are reading about Bitcoin, that if you don't understand that there are two different definitions to the word Bitcoin, then it can lead you to misunderstand what's being represented when you're reading about it. So what has become commonly used is differentiating between the two with a uppercase b and a lowercase b. So when you talk about moving money from one point to another, from one person to another person, from a person to a merchant to a store, there has to be a network that the money transfers on. So there's something called like ACH, Western Union. There's a system called SWIFT used for cross-border payments between countries. Bitcoin is also that, and that's Bitcoin with a capital B. Okay, so it's literally a network by which money can move over, and they call that payment rails. Okay, so it's a different payment rail system than Western Union or Visa or MasterCard use. It's its own payment rail system. It's a means to transfer money from point A to point B. And then there is an asset, we call that Bitcoin with a lowercase b, which is the actual money that is transferred over that network. So it's a token or a coin, a currency. This is all digital, so digital coin that moves over that network, and that is also called Bitcoin. So when you see that people writing about it, they use Bitcoin with lowercase b for that. That is the token that is paid as rewards to the miners when they're verifying the transactions to make sure that everything is on the up and up, that no one, in the sense that no one is trying to double spend money, and that all of the transactions have been verified and the money it is where it says it's supposed to be, or where it was represented to go. So it's fairly simple once you realize that, and that to when you're reading about it, to see, oh yeah, okay, they're talking about the actual means of which transferring the money, or they're talking about the money itself. So I'm going to recap with a quick analogy. Bitcoin with a lowercase b is like the actual money sitting in your checking account, and Bitcoin with the uppercase b is the payment system that the money travels on digitally when it goes from your checking account to the merchant, to the store, when you use your like Visa or MasterCard. So that's a simple thing, but it's really important to understand when you're talking about Bitcoin, because it can be super confusing. You'll be reading about one thing when they're using the same word or another thing. All right, so it would have been nice if maybe they would have named it two different things, but they didn't. So that's what we're stuck with. So go ahead and put that into your put that into the mix so you understand that. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how that payment system, the means of transferring money, can actually be used to move other types of money than Bitcoin. So that's an interesting concept. It's actually it's there's some big announcements around it that recently happened, where we're gonna start seeing Bitcoin used, you know, in places like McDonald's and Arby's and big name places. So we'll talk about that next time. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. Um, if you want to get more videos, hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like. Hey, my goal in these videos is to explain things in a way that are simple enough that everyone can grasp them. So if there's anything that I didn't explain, do me a favor, leave that in the comment below. If you didn't understand something, then I'd be happy to clarify that. I want to fix that. So leave me in a comment below, and I'll address that. So thank you again, and I'll be back.